Du-du-du. Probably should have taken care of all of this before I went live, but oh well. That's how it goes. Hello, YouTube. Aren't you the center of the world's attention? YouTube. The world gets their music from YouTube. The world gets their news from YouTube. People are starting to get their podcasts from YouTube. I haven't seen exactly what is going to be involved, but supposedly Google is going all in on podcasting on YouTube. I ran across this article saying as much, and if that happens, then what's that going to mean for the other platforms? Spotify, Google, Google Podcasts, which is already the property of Google, obviously. So if podcasting becomes this huge focus for YouTube, what's that going to mean? But anyway, yeah, YouTube. I can remember a time.
Well, Sonny, when I was your age, I remember a time when there was a YouTube with no advertisements.
The early YouTube was a very interesting experience. It was very much like the Wild West in that it was completely unregulated. And for the most part, people could do and say and film anything they wanted to. So, I mean, it's obviously a good thing that things are moderated now because that way you don't have your kids stumbling across anything incredibly disturbing or inappropriate. But there's some things that seem to be missing from the new YouTube that were in abundance way back when. Um, when I stumbled across the platform, when would that have even been? 2004, 2005? I don't remember. And I'm looking through everything. I barely even remember how videos were recommended, if they were recommended at all. But I came across this one creator. I was 24, so I couldn't tell you how old the man actually was. But he was either in Australia or in the UK. There's a schizophrenic man named Duncan. Duncan would spend hours talking into his camera. I mean, hours, just monologues. I befriend those kinds of people very easily, and I sit and they just talk and talk and talk and talk. And in the absence of such a person, Duncan would talk and talk and talk to his camera and upload it. And he was proud of how well versed he was in using Windows Movie Maker. I mean, hey, it's what I used. Don't knock it. And I just remember how fascinating it was to listen to Duncan unpack everything that he had been carrying with him that day. Some days he talked in circles, and other days he just reached into these deep wells and he brought up the most unexpected gems. I was in an okay place, but not the best place I could have been. I was a diabetic and I didn't know it. And all I remember from those unmedicated days was that I had two emotions. I was either very angry or I was very depressed. Tired, I don't know if that counts as an emotion, but I was angry, depressed, or exhausted, and I would sleep for forever, despite bouts with insomnia. And with my blood sugar unregulated like that, and with such wildly fluctuating emotions, I ideated self harm. I never actually went through with any self harm, but it was always in the back of my head. But it was something that Duncan said that went a long way towards helping me with that. Because obviously, as someone who struggles with schizophrenia, and not everybody that watched his videos was there to support him. There were some people that were there to troll him and tear him down in the most ridiculous, disrespectful ways. So obviously, as a man who struggled with mental illness and suicidal ideation at some point, it was him that said, "You can't commit suicide because you just never know how many people like you. You never know who likes you, and you never know how many people actually like you. You would be surprised if you just knew how many people like you." And that stuck with me over the years. I was somewhere between 21 and 24 when I heard that for the first time. And here I am 39 and it keeps coming back. It's not something I heard on some high profile talk show. It's not something I heard from Dr. Phil, Dr. Full of it. Did I say that out loud? Dr. Phil or Oprah. It just came from this ordinary everyman talking into his camera on the other side of the Atlantic. And periodically, I'll look back on things like that and I'll try to find those creators. If I can't find the videos, I'll at least try to find the creators. And I'm sad to say that Duncan um, was very chaotic in the way he managed his content. He would upload so many videos, and then the account would be gone, and the videos were gone. And he would create a new account, maybe re-upload some of those old videos, but usually start over from scratch. So all the stuff that I didn't get to listen to was just gone. And to this day, I cannot find Duncan. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he's just not on YouTube anymore. I don't know if he's in a place where he cannot access the internet. I don't even know if he's still alive. And I hate to think like that because he talked about suicide often. So naturally, out of the heart's abundance, the mouth speaks. I would certainly hope the man did not harm himself, or he was much older than me, so it's quite possible he just passed away of natural causes. But I would like to think that he's out there somewhere and he would one day resurface on the internet and I would be able to be, "Hey, I'm sure you don't remember me, but I really enjoyed stuff you put out years ago. It's stuck with me ever since." And I don't know, it's amazing how many nuggets of wisdom and insight you can find in places where people just don't expect it. Well, that's pretty cool. Where'd you hear that from? Oh, a schizophrenic guy that doesn't seem to have very many friends. Why would you get advice from that? Well, people, the people that would troll Duncan acted like they barely were even interested in hearing him out or even finding out what he was all about. And the poor man, he had just enough going against him that it would be easy for someone to troll him. He had he had such a thing for girls. It was a little too obvious. This was in the days of video replies. I don't even know if that's still a thing on YouTube. Here's a video here's the video, and if the creator opted for it, you could create a video response to someone else's video. That's how old I am. Yeah, and I don't know if that's still a thing, but anyway. And he would create all these video responses to these very young, very cute, teenage girls that are getting on YouTube. He wouldn't say anything obscene, but you could just see the fascination in his eyes. It was amusing over camera, but it's one of those things that if you saw somebody with that look in real life at night in a dark alley, it might be a little disturbing. And there he is, and the guy, "Why, hello, Mia Rose, Miarose." And he would do that. That was actually a video on a creator named Mia Rose at the time. And people trolled the heck out of him for that. people get in the comment, dude, you are a creep. All my friends agree that you're a creep. He's just lonely. Um, whether you could actually trust him around your daughter or not, I don't know. But getting the whole picture of watching this man talk into his camera and the things that he reveals about his character, and you balance those hello moments with that. I really, I really think all the negativity was unfounded. And it's also interesting how that crosses over with another one of my interests, surrealism. Um, one of the founding members whose name I keep forgetting. There was Dali, there was Breton. It was Breton. Um, he was it him or was it? See, this is why I don't like doing live videos. Now I have a moment where I have to do research, and I can't recall if what I'm about to say is accurate or not. But anyway, it was either Breton or it was Jung, probably Carl Jung, whatever, who noticed how therapeutic it was for war veterans to just ramble about what they were feeling. He would tell them, okay, I want you to talk as quickly as you can about everything that just pops into your head. And it was a two-part process. It was therapeutic for the veteran, and it was revelatory in a creative fashion for for Jung or Breton, whichever it was. And I think I can see that same dynamic at work in Duncan's videos. There he is just sitting, looking at his camera and talking and talking and talking. And sooner or later, you're going to get past all the surface stuff and get down into those nuggets that are nestled in the subconscious. And if anybody happens to know the creator that I'm talking about, by all means, if he's still active, shoot me a link because I really want to tell him, hey, this stuff that you said, Angry Birds Plush official YouTube channel. I love your videos. I will see you on Monday after Duncan comes home from school and play some Minecraft. Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. um, but yeah, if anyone has, if Duncan is still alive, still active, please shoot me a link because I really want to tell him, hey, the stuff that you said so long ago, it made a difference to me. Okay, I think that is all I have for this live video session. 13 minutes, that's pretty good. There's no sense in rambling on even longer. I'm going to get a little writing work done. I'm going to do a little bit of planning for writing. I do have another monologue in the back of my head, but I don't want to make this too long. I will save that for another live video in a few minutes or a few days, depending on how I feel. Good night, YouTube. YOU2. You can tell I'm tired. TUBE.